I'm Mike Moran.
Pat Papuga.
And this is Putting the Real in Real Estate, episode 6.
Special guest.
Special guest today. Could we give him a proper introduction, Pat?
Do it the right way?
The right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Century 21 Shutters and Sales proudly introduces the North Star Home Loans President. I call him JV, otherwise known as Mr. Jason Verraneault.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey Jay, how you doing?
Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for joining us today.
It took 6 episodes, but I'm here.
Yeah,
so.
and it's going to be a very informative episode, and I know people out there are going to really enjoy this. But first, Jay, I want to show you what we do to start the episode, every episode. What do you got in front of us, Pat?
We got classic.
Classic.
Beard Brewing.
Double IPA.
Dogs and Boats. This is
See
this
what
is
this-
as good as it gets.
Anyway, so you know what? But 9%, huh?
Oh yeah.
You really going to do this to me today?
Oh yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things, but 9%? I ate lunch today, so let's see.
Good.
All right, let's go on. Should we?
Yeah.
Is it time?
Absolutely.
Oof. I'm a little nervous. but-
Cheers.
Thank you guys. This is why I came actually.
Yeah,
Right
this,
here?
This is the only
Yes,
reason.
yeah.
This ain't about mortgages, but drinking some beer.
That's good. Actually, before we rate it, can I say I'm proud of you? Proud of your success, but even more proud that you actually drink a good IPA instead of Zima.
Did you just say Zima?
I'm glad you graduated to this. It's good
You know
stuff,
what?
So I'm proud of you.
I may have to give Tom and Heather a picture of me down in a Zima back in 1999 with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But you weren't drinking a Zima, I was.
you've come a long way. and
They're delicious,
I'm proud
by
of you
the
for
way.
that. Yeah. So
So I'm gonna have another one because I almost
One
spit
sip,
out
everyone knows
the
the
Zima.
rules.
Yeah, it's 2 sips right now.
Well, the guest give the rating first.
Yeah, go ahead. 6 thumbs, by the way.
makes a lot of sense.
That's
me. Thank you.
That's
Thank
all
you.
me.
Yeah. I like this one. I've had it before, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go. You can't be perfect, so I'm gonna go 5.5.
I like it.
I like the half.
Strong score.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Should I do the clickaroo?
Yes,
Oh, you
please.
want- 'cause, yeah,
Yeah, that's what we gotta do.
I gotta do. It's not. I can't. Can I do the JPP thumb? Man, I went there, didn't I?
Oh, Pat.
For all my Giant fans out there, they know what I'm
this
talking
is
about. I had to say
It
it.
was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I can't go
first
6.
time.
I want to though because this is. I have to say, beer's been around for a while.
They're phenomenal.
They're good.
And Dogs and Boats I've had, they have a Frankenberry that was been around for a while too. But this Dogs and Boats is,
Delicious.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always been good. And it's consistent.
I already know what I'm giving it.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. You gonna ding for me? All right. I'm not going JPP, and I'm not going to have them go 5 3/4.
All right.
Honestly, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3/4. I was gonna do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a cheers on that.
Cheers.
All
And
right,
let's
good rating.
listen. Good rating. We're gonna fire this one more back.
And they again, as good as it gets.
So,
good.
so we brought Mr. Jason Verraneault on the show today because one thing we haven't touched on yet is getting pre-qualified mortgages.
Mortgages.
What is going on in today's market?
Right.
And we can also go back to second episode where we're talking about the market way back when.
Yep.
And Jay's gonna be able to fill us in on the differences on that. From
And
now
I
to
have,
now.
and I think I may have touched on it before too. When I gave the shout out to Ray Duchesneau,
Yep.
when I got into real estate,
Right.
he told me learn the mortgage side of it.
Yeah.
You talk to a lot of realtors, and a lot of them are like, I just let the mortgage guy do it.
Yep.
Yep.
The one thing I really understand it, but I also know at the same time you're the expert. Mortgage guy's the expert. Let him do his thing
Yeah.
because you do know, and it's an ever you'll fill us in on it. It's always changing, whether it's rates, different programs, FHA, CHFA, VA. It's constantly changing. But that being said, I always try to, and we talk about this too. There's big companies out there, and I want you to talk about this too. It's keeping the real. I can say the names, right?
Yeah.
The Loan.com, Loan Depot, this thing.
Rocket.
Yeah,
Rocket.
The
Oh,
stuff,
geez.
the stuff online that
Yeah.
call me and we'll get you pre-qualified like
Or
that.
even we even talk about this too, like the VA loans. I hate to say it. This was it Veterans Alliance, Veterans this, Veterans that. Veterans automatically think that this is the best VA loan out there.
Yeah.
And it's not. I know this, and I think I actually sometimes my clients they figure it out once they go with the local lender that's got a great VA product.
Sure.
Right.
I'm not steering them. Sometimes people are like, you're getting a kickback. No, I'm not getting a kickback. I'm doing what's best for you.
Right.
Because these guys are going to give you a $2,000 credit at closing,
But no idea.
but your rate's jacked up.
Right. And overcharging.
You're
Overcharging along the way.
It's perception's reality.
Right.
So actually, you can touch on a little bit just current market, current rates.
Yeah,
you see them
I mean-
going up, going down.
I've stopped guessing.
You don't have a crystal ball.
And I don't have a crystal ball.
But we expect you to.
Yeah,
Just like everybody else does.
Well, maybe the expectations are a little, we're just mortgage guys, right? So we look at the market, we think that they're going to be,
But you make it happen.
we make it happen.
I don't think
Sure.
you're just a mortgage guy, though.
Well, that's
You?
what we do. We're
No, he's not just a mortgage guy.
all right.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Okay, you got it.
And we appreciate you learning the mortgage side and also staying in your lane at the same time because that's important.
You got to know when to get out of it.
Right, exactly. But I mean, the market's crazy. I would much rather do my job today than yours, right? I can write a pre-approval from anywhere. Right? You guys have to go out and show the homes, and it's a crazy market. We're seeing the same things you are, low inventory, which means a lot of different offers. We're changing.
Yep.
Right, we get a pre-approval request. You want to go to 325, now you want to go to 350.
Right.
But you guys are the ones that are out there showing the actual homes.
Well, the biggest thing is that what makes you, I'm saying as a company, North Star Home Loans, what makes you different than any other company out there? What do you do differently?
I mean, there's a lot. So, I mean, number one is transparency.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep, I do.
most loans, they go pretty smoothly. Sometimes they don't,
Right.
for whatever reason.
Right.
So for me, this is coming into year 20.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Don't let the baby face
No,
fool
I
you.
know that. I mean, we're 1998 Killenly High, right?
Well, yeah, it's
Old
some
school.
old school guys.
We're old
but
school, right? Okay. All
I
right.
do. He was doing it when I was doing it.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, right? I know.
That's why I have the same haircut.
That's it. Same
So-
barber?
Looks good,
Same
Bob.
barber.
Yeah, looks good. Self-made. So, I mean, for us, it's, the market's crazy and we want to do the right thing and be transparent. If something goes sideways, we're going to let you know what's happening and keep you involved. And to your point, if you know as an agent, then it makes sense when I say to you, like, hey, this happened. You're like, okay, I get it. What are you doing about it?
Right.
And I like to talk about it up front with the agents because a lot of times you guys may have the answers instead of a lot of mortgage people will hide behind the scenes.
Sure.
And they'll tell you everything's okay when it's not. And then a week later, when the issue surfaces, you say, well, I could have helped you with that.
Right.
I knew
That's
that
a great
already.
point.
Or then
Right,
that person,
so-
or then that client is not pre-qualified anymore.
True. I mean, things do come up, but if you're transparent and have a conversation about it, then we're a team, right?
I want to ask you this. So in this day and age, should a closing fall apart the day of closing or the day before?
No.
And if it does, it's probably, I would actually say, I know it's not your fault.
Right.
Maybe the client did something or whatever, or they backed out.
Yeah, it's got to be they backed out or they lost their job.
I've
Something out of
actually-
their control as well.
And I have heard, it's rarer.
Right.
Is that a word? Rarer.
Rare.
I think
more
on this-
rare. More
More
rare.
rare.
More rare.
Rarer.
I think on the podcast it is. You can say whatever you want.
It's a steak, it's rarer,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Delicious.
The grammar police will let you know, I'm sure.
You usually let me know when I'm on.
For
So, but it is in this day and age. It's rare
Yeah, it is.
to
More
have
rare,
something
more rare.
fall apart after, when you get appraisal, you're getting commitment or close to commitment. Once you get commitment, it should not
Right.
fall apart.
It's been a couple times, though. I'm sure the same thing's happened to you. Is that if it falls apart at the ninth inning with 2 outs, scores in position to players and what am I trying to say?
Yeah,
now?
you're not a baseball player, but go ahead. The people get it. The people get it.
If it happens, who is it? It's the client.
Or
Cold feet,
Or can I?
and they think of a way to get
Since
out
we're
of
keeping
it.
it real,
Yeah.
or it's a company.
Yeah.
Am I getting bleeped out?
Yeah,
You're gonna bleep me out.
that's fine. That's fine. But it's the truth. When it comes down to breaking a loan down, FHA, CHFA, conventional, VA, should any realtor out there, real estate agent, professional, be worried about any of these loans? Or what is easier, you say, in the process to get done?
That's a great question, Tim.
Good question. I would never tell a real estate agent what they should or shouldn't worry about because that's just a dangerous path to go down. But from a perspective of lending, right?
Yep.
So conventional, obviously, the appraisal is, people aren't concerned about that.
Sure.
They get concerned about FHA. And I think it's false. It's a rumor that, FHA, a lot of people say, oh, I know FHA, you have to be move-in ready. That's not true. FHA is really concerned about health and safety, okay?
Okay, makes sense.
So chipping, peeling paint, if a house was built, back in the day before 1978, they use lead-based paint. We don't know whether it's been treated or taken away. So, but if you're an agent and you know the house is in good shape and there's no chipping and peeling paint,
Right.
and the handrails are up, and those are pretty easy to put on.
Sure.
Pretty good.
I've
For
done
him.
it.
Not so much.
You
for-
can do them, not for him.
Not so much for me.
But
I
like,
put them up before.
Yeah,
Remember.
you could put them up.
remember, muscles.
Yeah, he can move stuff for you, but
Muscles
he
Pick them
couldn't
up,
really.
put them down.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe pay for him. You'll assist me doing it. Okay, all right.
But FHA is, it gets this. If someone comes in with, I think we were talking earlier, $20,000 higher offer.
Yeah.
On FHA,
Why
and
would
the
you
house is
turn
in
it
good
down?
shape, and you know it's in good shape as an agent. Why turn it down?
Right.
Because FHA just doesn't make sense. FHA, the likelihood of closing is just as good as conventional. Just because somebody has FHA doesn't mean they have bad credit.
Right.
And then you have VA and USDA, which also go by the FHA appraisal standards.
Right.
And same deal there.
I think that's good to know because I think it's like for Pat and I, we think it's bulletproof when we have a conventional. Someone's putting 3.5 to 20% down.
Sure.
But really, listening to this, it's good to hear because
Sure.
every time we get somebody pre-qualified FHA, we always think it's going to be a tougher time in this market to get somebody.
On my listings, I don't. With my buyers, I do. Because perception, I'll go back to it.
Yep.
I'll say it a lot. Perception's reality. And so many agents say FHA,
Yeah.
as you know,
Right.
or VA.
So-
and actually, I actually have a listing right now, multiple offer situation. And I told
Congrats, by the way.
I talked to my clients and I said, don't be afraid. They were like, oh, we don't want to go VA. It's a nightmare. I'm like, why?
Right.
Your house is beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a
going to be
gorgeous
no
house.
issues. Right, yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. This house is immaculate. Why would you? Oh, you're gonna make us jump through hoops. If the hoops are gonna be,
Yeah.
if there are hoops, they're small. And I want you to. You told me something earlier.
Hula hoops or little hoops or like earring hoops? That's the question.
Probably hula hoops.
To the seller, they're hula hoops. In reality, they're little.
No. Sometimes the sellers they're like
They think it's big.
jumping
Yeah.
over. I can't do it. Like Carl Lewis jumping.
Yeah. The big jumps. Okay.
Big jumps.
So-
I was gonna say Mike Moran dunking, but that's big too though.
1998, Mike Moran,
Could be,
not
yeah.
now. All right, okay. Right,
But I
Jay,
want-
Can't dunk anymore?
No, Sprite commercial, if anybody knows
I
that.
want you to tell everybody out there though what you told me earlier about VA loans, and I've known this, but why are VA loans more likely to close?
All right, so let me give you two things. Let me go on FHA real quick.
Scenario.
Right, so FHA, you have a lot more income. Like your debt to income ratio, probably don't want it's real, so you don't want to use mortgage jargon. But basically, the percentage of your payments to your income is much. They allow a higher percentage on FHA. So if something did go
Debt to
crazy, debt to income, you got it. Right. So if something did go crazy, they couldn't prove their overtime was going to continue.
Yep.
Well, FHA, you have a little more flexibility than you do on conventional.
Sure. Typically lower credit scores too.
Typically, but you also have a higher ratio that's allowed on FHA, so a little more flexibility there if something does go sideways during the loan process.
Can I say something though? As a realtor, when I get an FHA loan, I'm not going to discredit it, and if it's more lenient, right?
Yep.
I also think they might. I'm not worried about the appraisal,
Okay.
unless there's something wrong with the house, but I should be able to see that with
So,
using these. This is the problem. Realtors don't use these.
I would say, but you know what? For you guys, especially right now in multiple offer situations, call the loan officer. I love it when realtors call me.
I won't, but
the
I'm
listing
I'm
agent.
different though, because you have to use these.
Well, we use those for the house, right? The house meets FHA, you know that.
Yeah.
But you call me to see how well qualified. No personal information.
Oh, no, right. No, absolutely.
Right.
Call
Call me. Hey, did you
Absolutely.
verify their
No,
income?
no.
They're
They
strong.
are having a nice debate right now. So
No, we actually talked about this though. We actually didn't you. Yes, it wasn't you, but it was one of your loan officers. Months ago, I had a listing in Moosup.
Okay.
Who's one of your guys? I forget his name. I called you though.
What's his name?
Oh, jeez.
Rashawn?
Nope.
Kyle?
Kyle?
Nope.
Kelsey?
Paul?
Paul.
Paul.
Hey, Paul.
He was doing the loan
Shout out Paul Terwilliger.
Hi, Paul.
and and I just called and I said, hey, I don't need to know what these are they good to go?
Yep.
You talk to him. Boom, boom, boom. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
all I
think-
need. And
I like
that's
how-
that's on your reputation though too.
Right.
And that
And
says something.
I actually will call out the listing agent if the buyer agent wants me to and say, hey, listen, I've talked to them. They're well qualified. They want to go FHA for a specific reason. So it's not because of credit. It's not because it's the only program they fit. So FHA is a little more flexible, and I think that's important.
And there's one thing as an agent I like too that you guys did too. I was getting emails notifying me we're here.
What's
we're here,
going on?
we're here.
Yeah, that's good.
Communication's key, right? If you have to ask us for an update, we didn't do our job.
Keep going.
I want to talk about VA.
Okay.
So VA, another reason to use them. These are people that are veterans.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Agreed.
They made sacrifices for us.
Yes, I did.
So to turn down their offer on a situation where their offer is better financially, you should give them an opportunity to buy that home.
110%.
That's number one. Number two, research shows that VA loans are 4% more likely to close than conventional.
Wow.
Also,
We were talking. That's what we were
I
talking
didn't know
about.
that. Okay.
so
all right,
so
okay.
VA is more likely to close than conventional. So yes, you have to deal with the FHA standards on health and safety, but if you're good, no big deal. And then you also have a couple different scenarios where you get to fight the appraisal if it comes in low. It's actually the process where
Can you explain that though?
yeah, it's called Tidewater. The appraiser will actually say, "Hey, I have the contract. This was listed for 360. I'm coming in lower. Can you provide me some
You got 48
comps?"
hours, right?
And then you reach out to your professional, and you guys send the comps, and we send them into the appraisal.
Trained professional.
Trained professional.
Tidewater. Nothing to do with like ocean water where the sharks are, right?
No, so you're good.
And it's funny though. Him and I were talking before we started in there.
Yeah.
And I knew Tidewater. I've been through it, but the fact that the stats show VA loans are more likely to.
I think
close.
that, and I think by informing the people
Yeah.
out there watching us,
How many listing agents though, if you're working with a buyer, you think are going to say, "Oh, it's a VA loan. I don't want to do that."
A lot.
And I
Lot.
love that.
Lot.
I will. It aggravates me because
I
on
don't
my
like it,
listings.
and I don't like it when you're aggravated.
So in this market, though, I've had some really good listings over the past 6 months.
Sure.
I think I've done 3 or 4 VA. Actually, I've got one now. 3 closed. The 4th one's, it's in the process.
Yeah.
And they're all VA loans. And we're talking a plate in the basement that, like a junction box, didn't have the right plate. One guy wanted to, paint the Lollycom, a little rust.
Easy.
Is that a big deal?
No.
Is that a deal breaker?
No, just fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
Just fix it.
Is that jumping through hoops?
Again, depends on the.
Not if you have a good agent.
That's it. I'll go out there and paint it myself.
That's pretty Papabuga.
And if it's one of Mike's listings, he'll have Pat come paint it.
I can do stuff like that, but so Pat, what do you think about our next episode, including?
I want
Jay
him on
again?
it.
Because
I have more
here's
questions.
what I
too.
think. We have like mortgages, getting pre-qualified for somebody out there watching us. You got to realize is that's what starts the process.
Yes. And
Jay himself, any mortgage professional you want to talk to, they're the key. That's why I want Jay on the next episode because it's one of those things where the difference between being pre-qualified and again when someone throws out there like, "Oh, I'm pre-qualified for 250 with Quicken Home Loans," we can say that here. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes down to it, they're only pre-qualified for 175 because he or one of his loan officers is going to break down what they're really pre-qualified for because they got all the information up front. So next episode we'll start off with that. Or should we start off with?
that could be a whole new. He might need another episode.
You guys gotta fly me in
We're
again?
gonna have to start. Yeah, we're gonna have to start flying you in.
I think Papuga has a private jet.
That's it.
My goodness. Well, we'll wrap this up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Real Podcast on YouTube, Facebook. We make things happen here, and we want to make sure that you're informed out there with everything. on
One of these
real estate.
episodes, you got to stun me.
What?
You got to give me the stun.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
The what?
The stunner.
Put them together.
You got Stump Papuga right here.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.